Cancel Joe Nami. Welcome to the podcast. We are here. So, first thing that I want to talk about today is Brett Kavanaugh. His name is Brett Kavanaugh. As you may have remembered, he was confirmed as a Supreme Court, but there was a lot of fire and spit in the situation because he was accused of an ARAPE many years ago in high school, to be honest. Well, Brett Kavanaugh has tested positive for COVID. And not RAPE, but he has tested positive for the COVID. Why? Why would a Supreme Court justice contract the very thing he's been fighting against for years? Could this be a message from God? Conservative Christian leader Pat Robertson steps down after 55 years. The signs are aligning. The stars are in play. Things are happening. It's getting spooky out there. It is getting spooky out there. And my voice continues on. It is October 1st. Welcome. Hello again. People are ready for Halloween. Halloween, it's about candy, right? What is it about? It's about childhood. It's about children. It's about youth. I say the kids get out there and dress up as Brett Kavanaugh for Halloween. Supreme Court Justice, rapist of America. Rapist. Brett Kavanaugh. Brett Kavanaugh. Matt Damon notoriously, infamously played Brett Kavanaugh on SNL. Why did he do this? Put himself back in the limelight. It was a rather good depiction of the Brett, the Supreme Brett. Never a good character. Nary an eye was dry in the room. Brett Kavanaugh. Matt Damon, the Damonator. What am I saying here? Brett. Okay, so Matt Damon, he's pretty notorious. In my opinion, he's got two acting modes. He plays angry well. He's really good at yelling and perceiving himself, having us perceive all of him to be angry. All right, and he's playing Brett Kavanaugh very well on the SNL. What else has he done lately, though? All right, he did the Great Wall. Do you remember when Matt Damon did the Great Wall of China? You remember China? Okay, Matt Damon. He's playing a guy with a ponytail in China, white guy. Matt Damon, the last Chinese warrior, just like Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai. Okay, we got a lot of white guys playing the last Chinese guys. All right, something is happening here. Alex Jones got some news on the Alex Jones. The Supreme Court, surprisingly, I don't think it was Brett Kavanaugh, but the Supreme Court is ruling against Alex Jones. He's going to be liable for some damages. In the Sandy Hook case. The case about the massive fishing scandal. Sandy Hook. People doing a lot of catch and release with the fish in Connecticut. They're catching the fish with these untamed hooks, the rusty hooks, and they're throwing the fish back, and the fish are getting infected. A lot of fish, a lot of underage fish, immature fish are dying because of some things that were said by Alex Jones. All right, so we really gotta be more responsible when we speak on podcasts like Alex Jones. We cannot be throwing falsehoods around willy-nilly, okay? Especially when the lives of the fish that feed our children are at stake, okay? So we really have to be a little more careful. And so Alex Jones is going to be responsible for a lot of that, as he should. Big problems. Big problems there. What else? Kids want to be Salt Bae. Hold for a cough. Jesus Christ. Everyone, I'm really sorry. My producer, my co-semi-producer is coughing. And you know what? That actually brings me to another great point. COVID-19, the cough is off to a great start. People are getting the COVID, but you know what? The vaccine, they're talking about the booster, right? Joe Biden getting the booster for the senior. You know, he rides in a booster seat in the Air Force One. He's getting a booster shot in the arm, all right? A lot of boosters around. Joe Biden's days are numbered, people. His days are numbered. Oops, we got some noise from an email just in. Joe Biden's days are numbered. Kamala Harris, her name kind of sounds like Camaro, that nice car. Kamala, not Camaro, she's going to be president any day now, and we got to make sure that she doesn't get the COVID like Joe Biden. Now, a lot of things are happening. Kids want to be the Salt Bae. That's what's happening. This Salt Bae guy, he's being irresponsible, saying kids want to be like him. What is he really? He's a guy with decidedly high blood pressure, okay? You can't be promoting salt in the collective consciousness. Salt Bae. This guy is a real problem. He's cooking, I think he lives in Turkey, all right, which that could be an issue also. Salt, turkey, sodium rates, boar's head, meat. Too many things are going on with here. We gotta make sure that the kids stay on the right track. They're not eating too much sugar at Halloween. Okay, they're not getting COVID. We got to make sure that they follow in the footsteps of Brett Kavanaugh. The kids need a good role model like the rapist Brett Kavanaugh. All right, so kids, get out there, get your Brett Kavanaugh Halloween costumes. Get out there and dress like the Supreme Justice. And when you come door to door to my house, I'll be handing out petitions that need signatures, not candy, because I care about your future, not about your insulin. All right? Don't forget that. I bought Gatorade Zero last night. Great product. No sugar. Gatorade Zero. The best thing to come out of capitalism since insulin. That's right. Insulin. The competition in the marketplace directly driving insulin sales. Sugar, its days are numbered. All right, people. We are on a hot streak. We are on a hot streak in this society. Let's see. Oh, you know what I want to talk about, actually? People are getting vaccinated, and they're still getting COVID. All right? And yet they want us to get the booster shots. What's going on here? Are we getting vaccinated? Are we getting boosters? Can I spread? They say stop the spread. Can I be spreading if I'm vaxxed and waxed? Is COVID spreading from hair? Excess dirty hair? Could this be a problem? Should women be shaving? Should women not be shaving? What is the healthiest thing to be doing to stop the spread of COVID and other STDs? We don't know. Our scientists, our leader, President Biden signs legislation at this moment. Holy shit, this is big, people. Just in. This is just in. This is big. President Biden, big infrastructure plan, right? He signed a couple $1 trillion. I think it was $3 trillion. Although I'm hearing rumors from Republicans that it's quadrillion. Okay, this is not good. The debt ceiling is entering quadrillions now. Republicans not happy about quadrillions. Now, Joe Biden, I don't think he's a president that we can trust because his days on earth are numbered. He doesn't have, how could he possibly have our best interest at stake, right? This guy is going to be here for what, 90 more days? He's on his deathbed, all right? We need a president that is going to be around to suffer the consequences of his own decisions. So Joe Biden, we have to get him excommunicated from the Catholic Church in order to really get a grapple. We need to get some control over him. And really the only way to do that is to cut off his supply of communion within the Catholic Church because he's a big Catholic. Now, Joe Biden, big infrastructure plan. The Taliban calling it excessive infrastructure plan. This is coming from the Taliban, all right? Why is the Taliban criticizing Joe Biden's infrastructure plans? This could be an issue, all right? Look at what the Taliban are doing. They're restructuring Afghanistan. They're putting up all kinds of infrastructure, tents, blankets, pillow forts. The Taliban is restructuring all kinds of soft infrastructure for sitting, praying, rugs. Islam is spreading like never before. We need to really get Islam out there to the people and, get people on board with the Taliban's message because they promised us that this time would be different. They're back, right? They're 20 years back. They're older. They're wiser. They're not the teenage Taliban that we saw during 9/11. These are real, mature Talibans. They're teenagers that have now blossomed into 35-year-old Taliban men. Their libidos have softened with time, all right? 9/11, they were all 17, 18 years old. They were hungry for jihad. And their libidos have softened now. They've matured. They're like spring flowers blossoming, all right? And these guys are looking for soft infrastructure, not this excess quadrillion plan that Biden is bringing in, hard concrete, electrical pole lines, taxes, a lot of stuff that's not good, okay? A lot of stuff. Taliban has sent a lobbyist to Washington, D.C., okay? They've sent a lobbyist, right, to the D.C. to try to soften this infrastructure plan. Biden has included no blankets, no rugs for praying. How, as we are Americans, supposed to bow down and pray 5 times a day with this new infrastructure plan from Joe Biden, all right? He clearly is on his deathbed. He knows he's going to be dead within 90 days. And he's not putting any prayer blankets in the infrastructure plan. This is a soft form of treason. This is a soft form of treason, and Joe Biden needs immediate help. He needs to be confiscated, all right? We need to confiscate Joe Biden, put him somewhere he belongs, like on the judging panel of America's Got Talent or the X Factor, something kind of heartwarming and heartfelt where Joe Biden could really thrive, where judging doesn't really matter. Because the only people that get on those shows are people with sappy, sad backstories, and we're going to vote for them anyways. And yes, they have some mediocre talents, but more importantly is that they are cancer survivors and survivors of poor infrastructure. And now they've learned to sing, and that's what's important. Because it's not good enough in America just to be talented. You have to have a sad backstory so millions of Americans will vote for you and your potential infrastructure plans. All right. What's next? Conflict. QAnon detectives. We've got some conflicts between QAnon detectives. They're out there. They're doing their due diligence, their research, preparing for the imminent litigation that is coming. There's a big war coming in this country. The QAnon war. It's going to be the Qs versus the Dems. Okay? It's going to be a Q versus D kind of situation. And we got to stop this imminent pedophile war that was started by Epstein and AOC, okay, and Coldplay. Coldplay, you cannot trust these 5 or more white men that are playing elevator music, okay? It's a front. Coldplay is clearly a front for some type of Hollywood pedophile money laundering ring, okay? It's not real music. It's not real music, and it's simply designed to keep us distracted from the sins of Hollywood, all right? So please, if you're out there, somebody needs to assassinate Coldplay. Now, I realize that there's a lot of political onus on me now that I've said that. But I stand by it. Coldplay, at least one or more of the Coldplay members needs to be assassinated in order for us to win this culture war. Anyways, a man recently in the news, spent 7 days underwater. Why did he do this? He spent 7 days underwater to raise money, I imagine, for the fish, all the fish that have died during the Sandy Hook fish crisis. Now, this is good. This is good. We need more people underwater raising money for the culture war that Sandy Hook. Rest in peace, all those fish. Now, could I be taking the Supreme Court for saying these things? Absolutely. And restitution will be paid by my producer, okay? But in the meantime, we have to hold those accountable for their crimes, like soft infrastructure plans, okay? We cannot be having these kinds of things just rattling around society, especially during Halloween. We cannot kill the morale of the children, okay? The children are in this country and they still have hope. They have hope that in the future we'll live in a country not ruled by Coldplay, but by K-pop and other bands that may or may not be aliens. Okay, K-pop, it's here to stay. Okay, Coldplay, the band needs to be assassinated because if you listen closely to a lot of their lyrics, there's subtle undertones of Marxism. That's right. You heard it here first. Coldplay is a front for the Hollywood pedophile war against QAnon. Okay? They're standing in the way of God. Okay? God just wants us to get paid and to pray to Jesus. That's all he wants. And to reproduce and create more Christians and Muslims so that we can fight the holy wars needed to take down Coldplay and the Marxist agenda. All right? Now, things have gotten a little out of hand here. All right? I've said a lot of things that I could be politically penalized for. All right? But these thoughts are out there to stir the dominant paradigm, which, might I remind you, is always false. We can never trust the mainstream narrative because you go back in history, all right? You go back to JFK. You go back to Abraham Lincoln. You go back to Mars, all right? How many times has the government lied to us? Iraq, and now they're lying to us about Mars, okay? Was there a reason to be in Iraq? No. Is there a reason to be on Mars? No. You know what they want? Exxon and Mobil, Texaco, and all the other gas stations. They're building a pipeline on Mars, directly from Mars to here, okay? And what about the Native American pipeline? All right, we were just about to send a $1.3 trillion, round up or down, to the Native Americans. Now, the Native American pipeline is very important. It's been a rich part, pipelines have been a rich part of Native American culture for hundreds of years, okay? These Native Americans need this pipeline, okay? It's, you look, Father Moon, Father Sun, Father Pipeline. This is a big tradition. You can see it as far back. There's been Native American cave paintings down in New Mexico and Arizona. They've done numerous paintings with the blood of buffalo and bison. They're finger paintings. And they have sent these messages. Hundreds of years now, we've seen the evidence that what they really want is a pipeline running all the way from Montana down to New Mexico. And you know what? Maybe even up to Alaska. Because they want oil to flow, okay? They want oil to flow as plentiful as the salmon, okay? Because we don't want a repeat of Sandy Hook, okay? And I say this metaphorically, okay? Everything that I've said today on this episode is a metaphor and an analogy. Now, you may be out there saying, oh, I need to write to my local congressman because Joe Nami said that we need to assassinate Coldplay, all right? But that's a metaphor, okay? So the FBI, the Secret Service, the CIA, listen, you all three of you, you know you're evil. You know you killed JFK. But everything that I've said here today is a metaphor for artistic expression only, okay? And if you're smart enough to read between the lines, then you'll see what I'm really saying. And I know you do, because I only attract smart viewers. You know that's true, okay? You know that is true. All right, what else we got in the news? You know what? Let's shift gears. Let's not talk about the news for a minute. I want to talk about this YouTuber, okay? There's this YouTuber out there. He calls himself Mr. Beast. And let me say, this man is one of the most pathetic people that I've seen in a while, all right? This guy buried himself alive for 25 or 30 hours. He's setting up all kinds of challenges where people have to put their fingers on their iPhones for 48 hours. My brother texted me, should I glue my finger to my phone for 48 hours so I can win money from Mr. Beast? Mr. Beast is a pathetic individual who is desperate for your attention. He has no real skill aside from the sheer volume of his desperate, pathetic nature to be accepted by society. And I feel frustrated because he's making millions of dollars while true prophets of Islam and Christianity and QAnon like myself are out here speaking the truths hidden in metaphors, right? And what am I making? I'm making chump change. I'm getting paid $20 for this episode, which I am so grateful for, but I should be making $20 million for this episode because, you know why? Because truth is priceless, okay? You cannot put a price on truth, and that's what I've been sent here today by God, by the gods, all of the gods, and okay, we're going to end it there, people. It's been a great show today. Check back. Oh, wait, hold on. I think there was one other thing. There's one other very important thing. FAFSA is out today. If you need to go to college today, FAFSA applications open for college aid. Now, why is this important? Because the people who run the corporate elite, corporations are running the government. We know this. Lobbying, DC. Read between the lines. The truth is here. Okay? They want you to go to college. How are they going to do this? By subsidizing loans, sending you to FAFSA. So please, if you are 17 or 18 years old, you're eligible for FAFSA. Sign up. Take as much debt out as you can. Get yourself ingratiated into the economic system as soon as possible. Debt is not slavery. It is acceptance into the economic infrastructure, okay? We all have to pay our dues. So get in, sign up, go to college, get educated, be a part of the machine, and let's get into the Illuminati. All right, next episode. Thank you very much. Goodbye.